I would like to start with a verse. 3 John 1:4 says that I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in truth. The reason why I say this because my testimony is more of my son Jared. A lot of you know my son Jared. He was with us, served us for a year, maybe 3 years. And then last year he decided to move to Spokane to live close to his sister. When he asked me, I was thinking, I said, okay, who are your community? Who are your surrounding people? But then Jared and my son-in-law, my daughter's husband, they're so close. And my daughter and my son-in-law are very faithful in serving. So I said, if he hang out with them, he should be okay. But then he decided not to go to their church. I said, what happened? He said, Dad, I want to be in a different church, like a mother church of where they're going. Fellowship Baptist Church. Faith Bible Church. Okay, so he stayed there, and then he was really like, dedicated of going. And then he found a person, my in-law had mentored him and guided him to join Bible studies and everything. To our surprise, maybe not a surprise, I would say it's an answered prayer. Especially my wife has been praying for Jared, to walk and to be faithful with God. He called me that he wants to be baptized. And I said, well, that's an answered prayer, just to ourselves. That's an answered prayer. And then the next day, he asked me again, Dad, will you be willing to baptize me? I said, oh, all right. Well, you know what? Sure. But ask first because I'm not a member of the church. And then he called me again. He said, you're okay. They already had a short meeting and you're okay. So I was so grateful, happy, and joyful to do that to my son, knowing that, he's already like 29 years old. So I would say this, that Jared started his spiritual journey from this church, and a lot of you are part of his journey, especially Pastor Phil. When he joined, he hung out with so many people. But then he decided to, he will be by himself. So we are grateful, and the way Jared had changed, it's a very dramatic change. Like he told us that he just realized and recognized that his talents, abilities, and all those kind of things are given to him by God. So he wants to use it and to serve people. So he was so actively serving the church, and for a short time, he was already a part of their making design and, well, I should not be saying that, but I am just happy that the way he really dedicated his life to the Lord. So here's a funny thing. I always want to have a funny thing included. We talk about, like in passing, about him starting a family. Like, hey, you don't have a girlfriend yet. And then my in-law was saying, as soon as you get baptized, they will know you. Female will just know you. And he said, oh, okay, I am not thinking of it for now. I just want to serve the Lord for now. I said, wow, okay, that's serious, okay. So this is a very short testimony. My ask to you that continue to pray for us, to our family. I know it's still a long journey for us, but we're so happy that both of our kids are serving the Lord and they're faithful. So Jared now is, well, I may say that, he's very dedicated and, So I just also want to mention that Jared had expressed that he wants to be, how do you say this, that to serve and fully declare his being a Christian. So when he baptized, I realized that he followed the how you may call it, he followed the ordinance of the church that Jared wants to publicly announce that he will be a member of the church and submit to baptism. So it's also in our statement of faith, the ordinance of a church, baptism and Lord's Supper. We're doing it here. So eventually we will be doing that too. So thank you so much for allowing me to share of how Jared had became mature and fully dedicated to the Lord. I praise my wife and and thank him because, yeah, when she pray for Jared, sometimes she is like crying and all this kind. Of course, Jared is not really a bad son, but at least we are assured that he's serving the Lord. Thank you so much.